Hey everyone, it's Katrina, and since so many of you have asked about my brisket / pot roast recipe, I thought, might be time to make a video. So here we are, and it's actually 2 recipes in 1, so that's always fun. Okay, that's it. Let's get started. First off, turn the crock pot on low, and let's add 2 cups of water. This recipe is really easy. All we have is 5 pounds of chuck roast or brisket, black pepper, salt, and my favorite ingredient of all is the red chili powder, the cayenne chili powder. I like to put the seasonings in these handy little containers. It just makes them easier when we're trying to season the meat. Okay, I just take my piece of meat and I start off by salting it on all sides. I'm just going to turn on each side and make sure it's well salted. Pat that in real good. And next up is the pepper. Just coat it real good. Super easy. Nothing real scientific about it. We're just getting all sides covered real good. And last but not least is our cayenne chili powder. Coating it real good. And then we just stick it all in the crock pot. When you're putting the brisket in the pot, just drop it right down into the water. And sometimes when we make it, we really pack the crock pot out, so don't be afraid to do that. But this is about 5 pounds. And it's all ready to go. The pot roast or brisket is great by itself. I eat it that way all the time. And it's also really good if you eat it with a vegetable, a hot vegetable or a salad. But sometimes I like to make a stew. And when I do, I use cabbage and some carrots. What I'm gonna add is half a head of cabbage and 1 pound of the carrots. So we're gonna cut those up right now. I just cut it in half and then in thirds because you don't want the pieces too big. Once again, super easy. I like to cut the pieces about that big right there. I'm going to add the cabbage and the carrots to the meat when it has about 2 hours left on it because I don't want the vegetables to turn to mush. And there you have it, nice big chunky pieces to add to our brisket or pot roast. So the roast has been cooking for about 5.5 hours, and you can see by the way that it's tugging on the fork still that it's not quite done. So it's a perfect time to add the vegetables. I just place them right on top. No need to stir them in or anything, and they don't need to all be in the juice. They'll actually steam, and this will make them just perfect. Okay, there we go. We'll put the lid back on and this should be ready to go in just a couple of hours. Okay, so the vegetables have been cooking for 2 hours and they're just about perfect. Look at that. Carrots are all done, ready to go. Cabbage is nice and translucent. Underneath it all is our meat, pot roast or brisket. And it's ready. So, I am getting ready for dinner. We're gonna enjoy this wonderful stew, and I hope yours comes out great as well. Hey, thanks for watching. Please leave me a comment below if I left out some pertinent piece of information, which wouldn't surprise me. You can also come find me on Facebook at facebook.com/KatrinaIsHungry, or stroll by my blog sometime at katrinashungry.wordpress.com. See you around.